Welcome to Escaping Purgatory, a podcast where we rewatch Supernatural, then talk it through in the hopes we can finally escape this show.
Join us each week, leave comments on upcoming episodes, and together we can escape Supernatural Purgatory.
Hello.
Hi. I'm still not better, guys.
Wish Amy well. Send her. Well, I was going to say send her honey, but in thought.
Yeah, send me honey in thoughts and prayers. I am drinking. I've got a hot drink with some honey in, so I'm sipping.
Sipping away.
Sipping.
Yeah. I love this episode.
Yes.
Also, after watching this episode and realizing that we're already on episode 9, I'm like, where's the season is slipping through our fingers so quickly.
Just sing the song. Slipping through my fingers all the time. I can't listen to that song without crying, but it's ABBA. No one else will. No, it's fine. This is a terrible rendition. Yeah, where's it going? I want it back.
Where's it going?
More season 8.
It's so good. Like, I just don't understand how good, like, how we couldn't have had this level of genius. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying this for a Laughlin episode. So I'm wondering, like, separating them, whether they just write better than a writing pair.
Just keep them apart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, this episode. Last episode was a Dean and Cass episode. This episode, if I didn't ship Dean and Benny before, oh my. Like,
oh my. Yes. Like, the looks and the pauses and the staring into each other's eyes. Oh.
They just have really good on-screen chemistry. Like,
oh, for sure, yeah.
And this is it. They had to keep Cass away from this because otherwise he would have like just up and smited Benny because of the amount of like eye jiggling they were doing. Whoa.
I know. So this episode is season 8, episode 9, Citizen Fang, written by Daniel Laughlin and directed by Nick Kopus.
Yes.
And Nick, come back.
Oh, come back.
Your eye lighting, even on Sam. Like, I don't know what they did, but their eyes were just lit up.
It was good. It was such a nice, pretty episode, this. Like,
it was. Like, even Sam's ridiculous flashbacks look better than they have this entire season.
I so agree. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still not down. I think Dawn and Amelia are perfect for each other. They're both toxic.
Yeah.
Good for them. Keep going.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to deal with you no more. But yeah, no, this episode was so good. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I mean, yeah, Benny, I'm allowed to say this as an English I think I said this before, but as an English person in America who always has my accent like spoken upon.
Yes.
I'm allowed to fawn over someone else's accent, and I'm doing that over Benny's.
I do love the Louisiana accent. I was just saying to Annabelle before this started, I started a new True Blood kick. Don't know why. I saw it on my like streaming service and I was like, it's been a few years, and I never finished it. I watched all the way up to like the final half of the final season, and then just stopped watching for some reason, like decades ago. And I was like, I'm gonna rewatch this show. So I watched loads of this. Everyone's speaking in like Louisiana accents, vampires, and I was like, oh, I need to watch Supernatural for the podcast. Started watching this. I was like, wait.
I never left the swamp.
I never left the swamp. Like, it was good. You can definitely tell that Ty isn't from Louisiana. I don't think he is.
No, I don't think so.
But I think he does a good enough job. To my English ears, he does a good enough job.
I've never met somebody from Louisiana, so I have no frame of reference, but I certainly wouldn't mind. The thing that's stopping me from going to Louisiana is that I am a mosquito magnet.
Yeah.
And I know as soon as I step into that state, I will be bitten head to toe and be miserable the entire time.
Yeah.
So they need to come to me.
You must be able to find one. There must be someone somewhere.
I just need to go to some gumbo shacks.
Yeah, do it.
Gumbo is so good too.
I don't think I've ever had a gumbo. I know. I want to.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like rice and you like beans and you like a little bit of spice, depending on where you go, you can get it with like shrimp or like sausage.
Yeah.
So
Surprised there's nowhere around here that does it. Like, there's actually no American food where I live, really. I mean, obviously we get like the TGI Fridays, but I don't feel that you can call that American food. I don't think that's fair to Americans.
That's like commercialized.
Yeah.
Food. Like, you want the authentic cuisine.
I want a bit of spice. It has to have like sweet tea with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised because I actually live around a lot of Americans too. So come on, guys, get together, open like a good place to eat.
I mean, I guess none of them are from the deep, deep, deep South.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know what Louisiana's like. Half of Louisiana must be deep South, but like when you think of New Orleans, like I don't consider that the South. That's like its own thing.
It's like London, right? It's not the encompassing. I feel like New Orleans is like its own thing. It has its own subcultures within, like a place I'd like to visit. Yeah,
me too. Just not during like Mardi Gras or like any sort of festival time. I would go in like a more down time.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind Mardi Gras. I could do a Mardi Gras.
I don't know. I think maybe if I was 21, I wouldn't mind, but it's just it's a lot of drunk people. It's like wall to wall street length of drunk people, and drunk people aren't fun. Like it's fine if you're also drunk, but I also don't like getting that drunk either.
I know the older I get, the less I drink. So yeah, I know what you mean. We should have just gone.
I just want to be like, come on, girl, just like stand up.
Yeah.
Don't get trampled. Like mother them, but like not really.
You want to look after these like babies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so true. So true. Yeah, I do. I agree with you on the accent. Maybe Louisiana is to British people what British people is to regular America.
Yep.
Right. I could call it regular America, but you know what I mean, like middle America.
Because like I live in the northern South.
Yeah.
Some people disagree that North Carolina is part of the South, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a skin in the game on that one. But like I've been to South Carolina pretty often.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. South Carolina accent doesn't do it for me.
I wouldn't. Do you know what else I really like? I quite like a Boston accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Southie.
I do quite like it. Yeah.
Well, here we are talking about accents and not even the episode, but there you go.
I know. We are, We're so sidetracked today.
We are just certainly. But and I don't know why, because this episode is so good. And like I'm sad about what happens to Martin, but also I'm not, because he hits Dean over the head.
Yeah.
Which is to cover a mark that Jensen already had on his forehead. I don't know if you noticed that.
Wait, was this the time that this happened? I now need to just quickly do a real deep dive. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, after a brief Google. cut out. Yeah, 809 is where you can clearly see the rug burn on Jensen's face from that wrestling match he had. I think you're right. I think it was Osric and Jared in a hotel room, and they had to cover it up with makeup. It's like above his eyebrow. Oh, yeah. That is some old supernatural lore. For anyone new listening to this was a story that was told so many times at the convention circuit, because it was very visible in the show, especially during season 8, and everyone wanted to know what happened. And they had to fully admit, we were in our mid-30s wrestling with each
other. Because that's what you do when you got downtime.
Yeah. Oh, I love this so much.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so I clocked it at the beginning of the episode, because I was like, oh, how are they going to show that he got hurt?
Yeah.
So he gets hit by Martin, right? Yeah. And I was like, I also was like, is this the time? I didn't look it up. I'm glad I didn't, because then we could talk about it now. So I'm just like,
it's really good.
Didn't one of them like break an arm as well later on, doing the exact same thing?
Yeah, it was Jared. He hurt his arm fighting Osric.
This is like, I think it's like season 10, right?
I think that was later. Time. See, I can't remember. I can't confirm who he was wrestling with. I think that was never fully confirmed. I'm reading the fandom lore post right now on this. But yeah, this is so great for me. Like, I remember hearing about this at the time and being like, wow. And then people made up like so many stories around it and stuff. It's like it's actually looking back silly.
But in the best way. Like, come on,
it's the best thing. But yeah, I love it.
It's like harmless, right?
It's so harmless fun. It's such harmless fun. And also, like, they told us about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine. So yeah. Rugburn face. Rugburn face. This is, I don't know, I just got like a sense of joy that I hadn't felt since my early 20s.
Yeah, it was so good.
That's good, man.
So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if I'm sad about what happened. No, I'm not sad about what happened to Martin, because Martin was a butt face. Like,
yeah.
He was told to back off, and he didn't.
No, he didn't.
But then, like, there was a point in the episode that I was like, oh, who's going to pay for, like, their decision making? And I was like, oh, it's obviously going to be Elizabeth. And she does.
Yeah, she
ends up with a dead body in a restaurant. Like, come on.
Wow,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a really dead as well. That sounds awful, but, like, messy.
Yeah, like, it was almost seeing somebody, a stranger, chop off your newly found granddad's head, then your granddad ripping out the throat of the attacker. Like, this, none of this sounds like a good time.
She's not getting over that. So
no.
An editorial as well, to my previous Rugburn comment. It was Jared and Misha, and I think the excuse they used was that Misha wasn't very good at fighting, and they were trying to like give him fighting lessons, something like that. Anyway, It was the three amigos, the three idiots.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I do remember the like hype around like, oh, was it really like the three of them, or was it like a bit? Because there was that whole like, are they swingers for a bit?
Oh
right?
yeah, gosh. No.
Yeah. And I think that came from this.
I think you're so right. This is where all like the, oh my god, are they secretly dating stuff came from. Like, do your conjecture, guys. As long as it doesn't leak into conventions and stuff. That's how I feel on it.
The thing is, like, the like fighting Misha, because he's not very good at fighting, seems more plausible.
It's so much more plausible. Because it is true. Bless his heart.
Because it seems like something stupid that they would do.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Have you ever seen, like, yeah. I feel like I've been to a lot of conventions. I feel like the convention circuit is a hyped up reflection of what they're actually like. Like, I don't believe that's what they are, you know, in their personal lives, because the parasocial relationship here is, you know, is based in realism. But like, also, like, I know what friends are like when they get together, and like, you can totally believe that people are that. That's so good. Like, the thing is, and I'm still going on about it, his face is literally like his product, that's like his, like, that's what you're selling when you're an actor. Mm-hmm. So to her, his face was just extra dumb. The one about him falling and like hitting his chin on a curb always gets me more, because like, oh my god, that's something I would do. And then he just had to like get in a like Uber or whatever and just be like,
I mean, I don't know if you saw recently, because obviously with the boys coming up, all three of them are starting to like ramp up their like social media.
Yes, they are. Posting. I'm so happy.
And like that crazy storm that happened in the like beginning of winter.
Yeah.
And he's like walking around in Canada, just like pushing snow off and stuff. I'm like, there's nobody else on the street. It's just him like walking around. I'm like, of course you fell over because you're walking around.
Yeah, like 100%. I love watching middle-aged dads just do stupid stuff. I think this is my joy. Okay, it's my joy in life, and they particularly just give that certain brand of like, wow, what you did was dumb and you know it. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I won't mention Rugburn anymore. That was my last one.
We'll see. We'll see. And
that.
I will forgive you if you do, because it's hilarious. So yes. Should we get into this episode?
Yeah, let's do this episode. I wasn't going to keep talking about it. Let's go.
So, we start with Martin in the asylum episode, which I cannot actually remember the name of. Don't remember what season it was in, but it's the one where Dean goes, pudding.
Was it not just called Asylum?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah. And they were hunting, I think, a wraith.
Yes,
in that one.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. They all escape, and Martin decides he's going to stay behind and like try and fix himself, which is the only good decision he's had.
Yeah.
We then get a bit about Amelia talking to Sam about her husband, and then finding out that Don, her husband, is actually alive.
Yeah.
We get a very short bit of Sam meeting Benny, and then seeing who Benny is. Like there's a little montage of his vampireness. And then Sam's like super pissed face when he realizes what Benny is.
Yeah.
Sam then threatens, saying that like he might be the hunter that iced him, and I was like, did they really say that? I forgot that that's what they said in that episode because it's so lame.
2012 people actually did talk like that.
I know. It's just so like, oop, it's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
I know.
I would have felt better if he said ganked him, because at least that was consistent with what they used to say. But like, I'm gonna ice him. I was like, okay, Sam.
All right, Sam. Ooh, someone had that Wheaties this morning.
Right, exactly. And then Dean just saying, we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. And Sam's was like, yeah, you've been saying that a lot recently, because it was also just after they let Kate go.
Oh yeah, vampire. That's right.
Not the vampire, the werewolf.
Yes.
So we then cut to, I cannot say this name, Karenko?
Yeah, I'd say Karenko or Karenko.
Karenko? Yeah. Sure. Sorry, Louisianans.
I don't know.
Goofed up on that one. They said it in the episode, but I don't remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
somehow more French. Yep.
Yeah. And then Creedence Clearwater's Revival's song. 3 words.
Yeah.
Born on the Bayou is playing. It's a pretty good song.
It's good. I love anything by Creedence. Yeah.
And we see this like gumbo shack, essentially. I mean, it's nicer than a shack. I'll say that. It's a restaurant. And we like zoom into the front door, and you get the back of somebody, and you're like, oh, who possibly could it be? I don't know.
Like, I feel like Ty has a pretty like imposing silhouette. Like, no one else is gonna be.
Exactly. Though it was really funny because for all of the shots of them in Purgatory and together in this episode, is in this episode that you realize how short Ty actually is.
Yeah, he's quite short.
Because I thought they were the same height, but there's a moment where Dean and him are like talking at each other, and you can see. I mean, it could be the environment too, but I think Benny is like a little bit shorter than he is.
I'm trying to think, because I have met Ty Olsen. I reckon he's. I hope he doesn't listen to this ever. I came up to just about his shoulder, and I'm about 5'5", so yeah.
I mean, he's probably not that much shorter than Jensen, but Jensen and Jared are just giants.
Like
they're just too tall.
That's what they said on the what's the word? The like commentary that I listened to last episode. Is their joke is that like Jensen and Jared are the only real tall people in showbiz. It must be difficult to play off them with the camera. They're like, stand on boxes, guys. They must have lots of boxes about.
Yep. So there's a woman who's talking to Ty, as we know, and her name is Elizabeth. We'll learn that in a moment. And she's telling him how to like close up shop, and he's like, "Yeah, I got it. It's all good."
Mm-hmm.
There's like an older man who's sat at the bar, and he's like talking about Elizabeth. For a moment, I thought he was also another vampire, and like they were sort of playing off each other for, I don't know.
I know, I thought so too. I also read that.
Okay.
So I don't think it was just you. Yeah.
Cool. And then we get this like, he like fills up his coffee, he's having a short conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other guy goes, "Hey," and like taps his cup on the table. And I was just like, rude.
Yeah, no.
No, let's not do that. So Benny goes over, refills this guy's cup, and it's Martin. He like lifts up his head.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, what's going on there?" And it's then later in the night, the restaurant's now closed, and Benny is leaving, and he's like looking around, he's like suspicious. And then Martin is following him, keeps following him all through this whole like wooded area. And then Martin trips over something and falls headfirst into a dead body of the old man that was there. And he's got like his throat bitten into. And it's the title card.
So there's a dead guy and a vampire.
Dead guy.
Looking bad. Looking bad for you, Benny. So yeah, after the title card, they're at a drive-in called Lost in the 50s, which I thought was quite a good name. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Dean's got this massive tray of food, and he's going to go sit like they're sitting in the Impala to eat everything. I explained that really poorly. They're eating some food at a drive-in. Sam's on the phone, like urgently talking to somebody. And although Dean asks who it is, Sam is like, no, shushing him. Eventually, he hangs up and says, like, "We got to get." Dean's like, "My burger."
Important things.
Yeah. Sam explains they got a vampire kill, and Dean's like, "Okay, cool. Like, who's the source?" And Sam explains that it's Martin. They kind of like look at each other and do a bit of exposition about who Martin is. You know.
Yep.
They explain that he's got discharged last month, and Dean rightly asks, "Well, what the hell is he doing hunting again?" And then Sam says he asked him, which, like, what? Sam? Seriously?
Of all people, why would you ask? Like, no.
Yeah. I can kind of see Sam's point of view on this, because he's given him, like, an easy job where he's actually not hunting to keep him out, kind of, like, out of trouble, perhaps. But, yeah. But, like, I just think it's irresponsible to do that. Like,
I don't remember why Martin checked himself in the first place. It was just like overwhelming in the end, right, for him?
Yeah, I think he was like a burnt out hunter, essentially. Like, he'd seen too much. I just don't think he should be going back, right? It's like, no.
Just like, Sam could have sent him to Garth, because Garth is being like the coordinator of hunters. Just have him as a backup. I'm sure Garth would know what to do with him. Garth would be an excellent influence for Martin.
Unless Garth was like, "Hey, no, that's actually a terrible idea," and they'd already tried that. I don't know. Like, I could see Garth saying no, because he's a responsible adult, unlike Sam.
This is true. Yep, you are correct.
So yeah, like, terrible decisions on everyone's part there. And, you know, Sam explains it that, like, asked if he had anything that might help ease him back into the game. And Sam's like, "Well, he seemed okay, so I've had him tracking Benny for the past week." And Dean is not happy. He's like, "You put mostly okay Martin on Benny." He's like, "What is mostly okay doing hunting at all?" Which is what we just said. And Sam's like, "No, he's not hunting. He's tracking, observing, etc." Dean is rightly shocked and hurt, and there's betrayal on his face at this because, you know, why would Sam do this? And Sam explains.
Really, Dean? You don't believe that? Because Benny's a vampire, and any hunter worth his salt isn't going to let one just walk around freely. So I had Martin keep tabs on him, and right now, it's looking like I made the right call.
And there's like a pause between them, and Dean kind of gives in and says, you know, if Benny's in Louisiana draining folks, like, yeah, we should look into it. Sam looks surprised, but, you know, Dean starts the engine and they go. We get like an Impala shot of them driving, and there's a really poorly, I feel like it's CGI, Welcome to Louisiana sign. And I was like, couldn't you just like got a stock image of that?
Right. I was thinking, when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is like bad AI.
Yeah.
Like, bad AI today.
I feel like there was a point where like they were like, we can do visual effects, so we're going to use visual effects, and like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, because then they got this like amazing shot of them. Well, you can't really tell us the Impala, but it's like a car going across a giant bridge. It's like, we'll just do that for a longer shot.
Yeah, you don't need.
You've got the footage.
Also, you said where you're going. You don't need to show the sign.
Yeah.
You can just show the car driving. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Everyone knows where you're going. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So there's the Impala pulls up that they found some rooms to rent. They're like pay by the hour, whatever rooms. At the Baudelaire rooms.
I love that name.
Oh, Baudelaire.
Baudelaire.
I always had a dog called Beau, like as in like Beau. As in Baudelaire. He was a cutie. So they go in, they find Martin, who is already there, and the room looks like it's set up as a hunter's room. There's like stuff all on the walls, etc. Like Martin's clearly been there for a while. So Martin says, and this is a great line.
You said, look for an eruption? How's Mount Vesuvius?
It's like, my guy. It's one body.
Right.
Martin explains that, like, until last night he'd been clean. Dean asks what Benny's been doing, and he explains working at the Gumbo Shack. And Dean's like, the Gumbo Shack? I was like, yeah, you know, the whole bit. And that he may be Benny too, but folks around here call him Roy, and we heard her call him Roy earlier.
Right.
That confirms that. Dean asks if Martin's okay, and he jokes. Oh, he said, "Are you running on full charge?" And Martin jokes, "Yeah, a little shock therapy in the morning, and I'm good to go." Which
I will say this: Martin, like the guy who plays Martin, does a really good job of showing like someone being erratic in a way that's like pretty subtle.
Yes,
like you could believe that this guy is just like slightly unhinged, but like not in a way that's like overly done.
Yeah, I agree. It's,
like
it's
just,
subtle.
He's like a little twitchy.
Yeah, he just looks a little out of sorts. Like he's not sure what he should be doing next, or what, like it's very good. I do agree. Like, he's a great actor. So yeah, Martin explains that he followed Benny home, heard a scream. There's a dead guy, and Dean like rightly says, "Well, did you see Benny kill him?" And Martin just says, "I saw enough." So there's this whole bit that like Dean is defending Benny. Of course he is. They've been through stuff together. They never really explain in this scene who Benny is to Dean, but they must tell Martin at some point because he mentions purgatory later on. Yeah. Which I noticed. I was like, oh, but I just feel like, I don't know. I could see why they weren't explaining it to him. Like, that made sense to me in the story. Like, why they wouldn't explain that Dean's gone to purgatory, because that's crazy, right? Would Martin believe them? But then they clearly do tell him. So it would have been interesting to see his reaction to that. Like, what do other hunters think about purgatory? Somewhere they didn't even know existed until you're telling them about it. So he explains that he saw Benny turn up the path. 2 seconds later, the body with its throat ripped out. He says, "You heard of Occam's razor. Keep it simple, stupid." I like that as well. And Dean's not very happy with that. Sam is convinced. Sam is like, no, Benny's a bad vampire. We have to kill him because he wants it to be true. Yeah. So Dean says to Sam, like, "Does this sound like the Benny you know?" And Sam's like, "I don't know Benny," which I think is really true as well. He only knows Benny what Dean has told him, and that one time they met on a boat. Like, Martin is confused because it sounds like Dean is vouching for Benny. Yeah. And like, why would he do that? Because they're hunters, they're John's kids, and he mentions this in this episode too, that are John's kids. Like, why would they care about vampires? Dean explains like, no one's arguing, but like, I want to check it's Benny, because he's got history, and you know he wants to get the facts in this right before they kill him, which I think seems completely reasonable, right? But obviously to Sam and Martin, it's not completely reasonable because hunting.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So he asked for a couple of hours. They kind of argue that another person could get killed, but Dean's not having it. He's like, no, I need it. And agrees that if it turns out to be Benny, that he's going to deal with it. Like, he'll kill Benny.
Right.
So yeah, Dean leaves. And obviously, like, Sam is left with Martin, who is like, well, we're going to go after him and just kill Benny, right? And Sam's like, no, we're going to give him the time. And these flashbacks again, man.
I know. so stupid.
Yeah. Because Martin's like, you know, it's your call, it's your brother, but how long are you going to let him go on like this? It's staring him right in the face, and Sam's like...
Well, sometimes it's not easy to see things for what they are.
And there's a little flashback. It's like, whoa. So he's back in Kermit, Texas, with Amelia, playing with the dog. This is after Don's alive and has been revealed, and they're talking about what they're going to do next. And I'm not going to go too far into it. Like, they basically both agree they kind of want to be together, but agree that, like, Amelia's got a difficult decision to make. He's being very chill. Sam is very gentlemanly, chill about things. Because he does say, like, you know, he says, I'm going to hell for saying this. And I was like, Sam.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. I was like, you literally know the king of hell. He's not going to care that you're asking for her to, like, stay in this relationship. Like, come on.
I'm surprised.
If anything, Crowley would be down for it.
Yeah. Like... I'm surprised that phrase is, like, even in their vocabulary, because it loses all meaning to them, right?
Because they've literally both been to hell. Yeah. And also they're going to keep going back to hell from now until the end of the series.
He could say, like, oh, it's, you know, it's awful to say this. Like, it's just weird for him to say that, because you're like, Sam, you've literally, like, been to hell. Like, the worst part of hell. Like, you've been there. Mm-hmm. Is this worse? Is this worse than that? Like, what?
Yeah, I should hope not. Yeah. Literally, like, you were seeing an altered reality for a good year. Yeah. I feel like that's a little bit worse than what's going on here.
It's still not real. I'm still convinced.
Yeah.
He said, I may be going to hell for saying this, but I'm not ready to give this up. And she says, like, neither am I. But wants a few days to, like, clear her head. So Sam's gonna leave for a little bit. And that's end of flashback. So Dean's gone to get some gumbo. Benny's not there.
As you should.
Absolutely, as you should.
He is not. He
tries to order gumbo, but then sees some pie, and he's like, I want pie. She says, oh, the special's pecan. Oh, I do love pecan pie. I do love pecan pie. You don't love pecan pie?
Down here.
It's pecan. What are you talking about, pecan?
Apparently in the South, it's pecan.
Well, I speak the King's English. And it's pecan.
It's pecan.
But then she, like, completely lets him down because there's no pie left. Like, what? You can't do that. You can't say the special is pie and then have no pie. I'm so sorry. No, I'd be out.
Right.
No.
Furious.
There's something about, and I can't put my finger on it, right? There's something very shippy about Dean flirting with Benny's great-granddaughter in a way that's not creepy, but I'm like, yeah.
I'm there with you. I am 100% there with you. And I don't, yeah. To be honest, I couldn't even remember that he had a kid before he got turned. So I was just like, it's not really his granddaughter.
Like, yeah. I don't know. There is, like, a movie trope about, like, flirting with a descendant of the person you're interested in because they, like, remind you of them in some way. I'm sure that's a thing. I'm trying to think of an example.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
I'm trying to think of an example. But, like, accidentally, usually. Because you're like, oh, yeah, of course I was attracted to them because they're a version of you.
Dracula is, like, the biggest one.
Yeah, Dracula. Oh, my gosh, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, okay.
In Dracula, obviously, it's, like, literally the person, like, Mia looks exactly the same as whatever his wife's name was.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I think, right? Anyway, I was just like, it, and I think the show acknowledges it later on when he like finds out that like she's his great granddaughter, and like he has a moment where like, wait, but I flirted with her.
The face that he pulls is so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what it means for like Dean and Benny shipping, but like in my brain, it's connected. Someone explain it to me in ship tropes. Just drop me an inbox and I'll listen. So Dean's like, oh, you're out of pecan. Story of my life. He's like, maybe you can make it up to me. I'm like, my guy, anything you want. I was looking at him like anything. Anyway, Dean's looking for Roy. She's like, yeah, Roy works a night shift.
Yeah, he puts around in a beat up camper. Thing looks like a rolling death trap.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one who gave him trouble over that piece of junk.
They're like bonding over the fact that he like, they both kind of care about him. Mm-hmm. So she tells him that he's gone to a place called Mill Creek, to go fishing. And she's like, oh yeah, he really deserves a break. He's been working doubles for the last 2 weeks straight. Dean leaves his number and says, if he pops up before I can find him, do me a favor and just have him give me a buzz. And he's like, or you could just drop a dime yourself. And I was like, oh, he still got a game. I don't know.
Yep. Honestly, it's because they have the similar looking, like they have very similar features.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Benny.
Yeah.
So he was probably seeing that and was like, oi oi.
I know. This female version of Benny. This is something that's safe for Dean. Yeah.
Dean has a thing for the dark hair, blue eyes.
I mean, he does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even Lisa had dark hair, didn't she? Like,
she had dark eyes.
Wow. I think maybe it's a brunette thing.
It could be a brunette thing.
And she's like, sure thing, Dean.
No.
So he leaves. He's like,
I have swoonded.
Yeah. The thing is, like, this is how you flirt with someone at work, and like, you shouldn't normally do it, but this was charming. Mm-hmm. This was like, I'm leaving all the power in your hands. You don't have to give me your number. Here's like, and I'm leaving now too, to not make it awkward.
Yep.
This is the fun, right? So I don't know why Dean rapping his knuckles on something just makes me like really nostalgic for something. I love it so much. It's like an awkward gesture that he does. Mm-hmm. I click. I don't know if you have any awkward gestures. I click my fingers. If I'm walking somewhere and I'm like getting antsy, I click my fingers.
I do. I move my hands. I also click.
Yeah.
I'll make like tongue noises.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a whole bunch.
So yeah, outside the cafe, Dean leaves a voice message on Benny's phone because he's not answering. Like hey, what's going on here? Like, I've got a body. I just found out you went fishing. Do I need to tell you what this looks like? And he's like, like hangs up, like looking. Oh no, maybe Benny did do this, but I don't think he really believes it. And then it's nighttime. We see like a phone with one new message. Someone flips it shut. This is why flip phones are great. It's dramatic. Like,
yep. It's so dramatic.
And we see that it's Benny, but there's another body in front of him. Bum,
oh no.
Bum, bum. Yeah.
Bad Benny.
Yeah.
I don't know if like it's some part of my cycle right now, but like Dean just saying, do I need to tell you what this looks like? I was like, please do.
Yeah, maybe this is it. Maybe we're just both ovulating. Like,
because I was like, whoo, boy.
This episode
is it hot in here? Is it me?
Like super sexy for some reason.
It's so much tension in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I was a guy, I'd just be like constantly hard in this episode. I'm gonna say it.
Oh, I love this for us. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewatch this one and be like, wait, I'll watch it in like 2 weeks.
Right.
Just to find out whether it's hormonal or not.
I don't think it is.
No,
okay, because all right, I'll get into this next bit
Yeah.
because Benny and Dean are now together.
Yeah.
And Benny's finishing up, like, digging a grave, and he's like, I really love this shot. It's like a still pond, and he, like, dips his hand into it.
Yeah.
And we're, like, looking up, so he, like, disrupts his reflection. Very, very cool.
Very
I
nice.
really like that.
Yeah.
So and he, like, washes some of the blood off his hands. He didn't do a very good job of it. For a vampire, he's, like, still covered in blood for, like, most of this episode. It's really not good. And Benny just said, it's not me, Dean. Dean asks, you know, which me are we talking about, Benny or Roy? Benny's just saying, like, look, I'm just trying to blend in. I don't want to have to, like, deal with any of this. And I didn't want to get you involved. We see behind Dean, like, because Dean's got this really strange posture.
Yeah.
And behind him, he's holding his, like, giant vampire killing knife.
Yeah.
And we see Benny reach for, like, his own knife that's in a log stump, tree stump. What's hilarious about the scenes with both of them in is that they both start sort of their normal tone.
Yeah.
By the end, they finish talking. They're both like way down here, like really trying to outdo each other's low tones. It's so funny, and like I swear, like because obviously we've said that Benny or Ty is putting on an accent.
Yeah.
I feel like by the end of this episode, Jensen's Texas accent has started to come through.
Yeah.
He's around this guy. Like, there's just moments where it sort of just slips out.
Yes, are you so right about that? Oh, love it.
It's just made me laugh.
It's great.
So much. I was like, okay, like I'm gonna need like a bigger speaker to get like vibrations going on with how deep they're talking.
Like a good subwoofer to watch Supernatural.
Yeah. So Benny explains that a rogue vampire has come through, and he named Desmond, and he remembers who Benny is, and he wants to make a new nest in the area, and he was hoping that with Benny at his back, you know, he'd be able to get more vampires involved, and he said no. So Desmond didn't like that answer, so he said, you know, I'm going to kill people until you join.
Yeah.
And Benny lets on that this town is his hometown. And he's like, he doesn't want to be kicked out of here, you know, not this time.
Yeah.
And Benny says,
Andrea gone and you hunting again. Seemed like the right time for a homecoming. You two being the only ones who keep all my ducks in a row. Went back to my old job at the cafe.
you know, try and hold, and now he's got someone to hold him accountable, the best kind of someone, family. And this is where, like, he's like, oh, Elizabeth. And he goes, my great granddaughter. It's like, really? It's like, oops.
Oops.
The way that Betty turns around, I was like, wait, hold on now, you didn't. He's like, no. But Elizabeth doesn't know that Benny is her great grandfather, and he would like to keep it that way. And he's starting to struggle. Like, not having to feed in purgatory was easy, but like now being back in the human world or real world, it's difficult. But Elizabeth keeps him honest. And he's like, yeah, I've got to handle it. And Dean's like, no, like, look, you got 2 dead bodies in your hand and like 2 hunters on you.
Yeah.
And Betty knows that Martin was the hunter. Dean's like, that's fine, but like, my brother is someone you don't want to mess with. And Benny's not taking it seriously. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I just got to do what I got to do. And so Dean's gonna play hero and go after this Desmond character.
Yes.
Or he's gonna go back to them and say, like, look, it's not you. We'll go after who it really is.
Yeah.
And Benny's like, you really think they're gonna go for that? And Dean's like, probably not. We then cut back to the Baudelaire rooms. And Martin is not having it.
No.
Like, he's got himself a drink, getting some ice, and he's like stabbing the ice, saying that, like, look, we got evidence of a fresh vamp kill, and you catch him in the act with a second body, and now you're taking his side. And it's like, Dean's like, look, this vampire is doing other things, and he's not, why would he go after people that are in his great granddaughter's cafe?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not his style. And Martin goes, it's not his style? Not his style? Okay, calm down. Take some deep breaths, my man. And Sam's kind of being stuck in the middle, like he seems to always be.
Yes.
He's like, look, we've got another dead body. You asked for some time. Well, so we had one body. You asked for some time, and now we got another one. You know, are we just going to trust you on this? And Dean's like, well, yeah. Like, I'm your brother. Of course you need to. Dean says this line. Well, he says a couple of things in one go that just sort of dumbfounded.
Yeah.
Because Sam is being voice of reason, whatever.
Yeah.
Dean says,
In fact, every relationship I've ever had has gone to crap at some point.
so glad you acknowledged this, Dean.
Yeah.
He continues on saying,
But the one thing I can say about Benny, he has never let me down.
like, he really emphasizes never.
Yeah.
And Sam is like,
Well, good on you, Dean. It must feel great finally finding someone you can trust after all these years.
I'm just like, yeah, that wasn't a good choice of words, Dean.
I watched this, I was like, what? I didn't remember him saying this. He called him and Benny a relationship. That was very surprising to me. Like, I know, obviously, he means it in, like, I don't think, Dean obviously doesn't mean it, like, in a romantic sense because he's Dean.
Not.
But, like, they spent a year together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel it's him acknowledging what other people can mean to him outside of him and Sam. And I think Sam doesn't like that, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I was really shocked to hear Dean call him and his and Benny's friendship a relationship. I was just, like, really surprised he used those words.
And, like, you know, he wasn't just talking about his relationship with Sam, but it was also with Cass.
Yeah.
With, like, you can just look at every person that he's known and, like, just he is completely acknowledging that he has relationships with people.
I know. He has, like,
weird.
what? I know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, obviously, the thing is, my mind instantly went to Lisa. But I was like, they can't
Me
be making
too.
that comparison. Because, like, Dean is a straight man, isn't he, guys? Like, this is what we were saying. This is what, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, because when he says every relationship I've ever had has gone to crap, I immediately thought about Lisa. Which, like, they're making parallels then between Benny and Lisa, which is wild. I mean, just because my brain goes there doesn't mean they're making that intentional parallel. But, like, who else? Cass. That relationship hasn't necessarily gone to crap, as Dean puts it, because although he's left, he's planning on coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they went through a rough patch, but they're kind of okay now. Like, I don't know. I think it's really interesting how much stock he puts in Benny and that he doesn't want to lose him. This is why I kind of wish that Cass was in this episode, because I feel like the dynamic would have shifted if it was the three of them.
Also, I feel like Cass would have been a voice for Benny, because as much as I think he reluctantly liked Benny, kind of, I don't know. I feel like Cass would be torn. Actually, he would be somewhat on Sam's side and somewhat on Dean's side, especially if he still had the same episode as last episode. Same attitude as last episode of being a hunter. And being like, this is what we do. Like, we kill things.
I think it would have been we make tough choices as hunters, Dean. And I know Benny is our friend, but yeah, I think that was where we would be at with Cass.
Yeah.
But I just wish he had been in this episode to kind of get his perspective on things.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
It would have been cool. Very cool.
Yep.
But then I appreciate the time that Dean and Benny get on screen together in this too. Of just because Dean has changed since he's come back from Purgatory. I feel he's almost like softer in a way. Like, yeah, he's like a badass killing machine. But like, I don't know. I say that.
His old age.
And then, like, he's an absolute dick to Sam in this episode. But
yeah,
I think his morals have just mellowed. I think that's really what I mean. That he's not about the black and white thinking that we've talked about so much in Supernatural. He's finally seeing the shades of grey in hunting. And he's actually now more progressive in that direction than Sam, I feel.
Yeah. especially in action. Like,
Yeah.
Sam has always been like grey with people that he knows,
Yeah.
but not the people he doesn't know. Whereas I feel like Dean has gone to more all monsters can be in the grey zone.
Yeah.
I do find it hilarious as well that like Sam talking about how like they can't. This was earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
I just thought of it now, but I was just thinking of Lenore. They
Yeah.
literally let her go.
Oh yeah.
After she promised to like do animal blood. So like, how is Benny any different? And it's because Sam is upset at their relationship.
Yes.
Especially I feel like this, like, he has never let me down.
Yeah.
You can't come back from that. Not really.
That's so true, because Sam has let Dean down in so many ways. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough to hear. Basically, like,
Yeah.
Sam's almost like childlike in that he left me for a year, went and found a new brother. Like,
Yeah. But also like it's not fun being reminded of your mistakes, and
yeah.
what Dean has just said has reminded him of every mistake that he's made in the past like 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
And some of it is like not his own fault too. And it is the sort of righteousness of it all that I can understand with Sam like being so annoyed, and like I feel like had Dean not said this, he might have let Benny go at the end of this episode. Even if they had proven that they'd killed this other vampire and he was the cause of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I think it would have just been a bit of like, well, you don't trust me, so like I'm gonna go after. So I don't know. Actually, I don't think Sam is that spiteful to like kill his friend.
I don't know. I think he would.
You think so?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, okay.
I think he'd agonize over it a bit, but I think he would. There's a line here somewhere. I'm just trying to find it because I thought that it was quite good, and I don't know if it's now or later. I think it's now, because Dean says something like, "Oh, can we like cool it on the bloodlust here?" And I just thought it was really interesting to like almost reference that episode. I don't know. It was said so pointedly. I'm like, are they referencing themselves? Is this a fourth wall break?
There's obviously control F ourselves.
Oh yeah. That's so true. I could do that. Yeah. I know he said it because I made a point of it.
So it was earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
It was after. Is when Dean was asking for time.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I knew it was between him and Sam and Martin. But yeah, he said something like that, like, yeah, can we call it on the bloodlust? And I kind of, it's fine in the context, but it's so pointedly said. I'm like, it felt like they were always being like self-referential, because Bloodlust was the other like vampire episode where Dean was
I was thinking
fully out. Yeah.
Yeah, he was all on Gordon's side in that episode for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's also the element of literally Sam's bloodlust of when he was drinking demon blood too.
Yeah, you're right about that as well.
So it's just like, there's just multiple jabs that Dean takes at Sam in this episode that I can understand Sam's perspective at the end, that he wouldn't want to be around him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dean is a dick to Sam in this episode. Like the stuff he pulls, that's not cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it almost feels like payback for going after Benny, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like pulling the exact same move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Interesting. There's so many layers of this episode. So Sam's like disappointed. He's like, well, good on you, Dean. Must feel great finally finding someone you can trust after all these years. It's just, the fact that you don't trust your brother after all this, it's not good. And Dean's like, well, all I'm saying is Benny is innocent.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, no, you're too close to this. And Dean is like purgatory alliances still, like he's holding on to them so tightly. He's like, you're not gonna find him.
And if you do, I'm gonna tell you this: you'll be lucky to get out alive. And you go with him, you're a dead man. Period.
That sounds like a threat.
Yes.
100%. But like he also knows how Benny was in Purgatory,
Yeah.
and like Benny hasn't lost his edge like Sam has, like Dean has.
Like, I think it's funny that both to Benny and Sam, he has to like both pick them up and be like, hey, you're both pretty dangerous guys. Please don't fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, look, I told him that you're a badass, and I told him that you're a badass.
Yeah.
Like, can we just agree that like this is all badassery, and then we can just walk the other way?
I guess also like he must be concerned on some level. Like if Benny and Sam actually do fight, I don't know if Dean's completely sure like who would be coming out of that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just rather it didn't happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So Sam is like, you know, you're willing to risk willing to risk lives on Benny's word, and Martin goes up behind Dean and he's like, damn right I am, and Martin drops Dean.
Oh, embarrassing, man.
Embarrassing. Like this twitchy little guy got the one up on you.
Yeah.
Sam is shocked. He's like, what is that? What was that? Yeah. It's like, well, I got, you know, Dean made his choice. We've got a job to do. Mm-hmm. And they're walking down the hallway outside of the apartment after they've like secured Dean. And Martin's like, oh, I'm glad, you know, your dad's not around to hear this. Like all of this nonsense. And it's like, I feel like Sam could have been a little bit rougher with Martin. Yeah, because like he does push him against the wall, but it was very like a gentle like push.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, look, you already have mixed feelings about your dad, and like you're pissed at your brother right now, but like nobody attacks your brother, like unless it's you.
No, right, that's their rule, right?
Right.
I'm sure it was.
And like Sam just goes on to say like, look, the way he says this, like, I brought you into this, I was like, and I could take you out of it. Like,
all right.
The horrible saying.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I brought you into this. I can bring you out just as easy. So the only thing you're going to be inclined to do is shut up and follow my lead.
Sam walks away and Martin's like, okay, if you say so. Yeah. I feel like at that point, you're like, you should realize how out of your league you are with these like two hunters.
Honestly, who would work with them? They are crazy.
Like, they are. And they don't care about you.
No.
We see that in this episode. Like, again, everyone's motivation is actually quite clear in this as to, like, it's obvious why Martin does what he does. It's obvious why Sam does what he does. I'm going to give it to Dan O'Loughlin. He wrote a really good episode. He did, actually. It's solid. It's so solid.
It's really good. Like, I do feel though, if you're with Sam and Dean, like you have to know that you're the red shirt, like in that situation, right?
For sure.
Like you have to know. Martin has to know he's going to die.
Right.
Like surely.
Boy, he eventually, I guess that's the thing, right? Eventually. Yeah. Because he did survive the first time.
He did. That's true.
You just can't meet him up with him again.
Yeah.
Garth is like the only exception to that rule, and that's because he gets turned into a monster.
That's because he's a kooky sidekick, and kooky sidekicks aren't red shirts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sam is at a bar. Oh, we go into a flashback.
Yes.
Because of something Martin said, but I don't really care what Martin says. So yeah, it's in a bar in Kermit, Texas, and Sam is drinking a beer, and a dude sits next to him. And it's Don. And they're like just talking, saying that like it feels very like Aladdin-esque, like she's not a prize to be won.
You're so right for that.
So they're saying that like and again this like the way that Don talks about everything is like, I went off to war and I had all this because he was obviously a prisoner of war, which is awful.
Bad things happen to him,
but like he's like, oh, I suffered all of this and I come back and my wife is not my wife anymore. It's like, well, she's a person, so she can do what she wants if she thinks you're dead. Like, calm yourself down, Donny boy.
If I was Amelia, I'd 100% choose Sam. One, he's hotter, And 2,
Yeah.
he seems like just a nicer person.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, you might have your loyalties, but like, far as you know, that dude died. Like, I think that's fine for you to be like, well, I went through the stages of grief and I'm over it. I think that's okay. I actually genuinely think that's okay.
Also, Don is talking as if like Sam and Amelia have had this like sordid affair for years on end while he was at war. It's like, no, they've probably been together like 4 months.
I know.
Maximum.
Like, I don't get it. And I get her like loyalty to Dawn, but she was like not ready to give up Sam. And I feel like, and although it's a complicated situation, I just don't know. Like, I feel like you would feel some instant loyalty back to, I don't know, would you? It's a very weird situation. I'm sure it's happened to some people. But like,
I'm sure, yeah.
I feel like if your like dead husband came back to life, you would immediately like end it with the other thing that's going on if you really felt that strongly about it. Whereas she is like, oh, I don't know. So I'm like, so choose Sam. Like, you know?
Right.
There's clearly doubt. So choose Sam. I don't know. Maybe I'm just simplifying things. But like, yeah. I don't really appreciate them talking about her while she's not there in this, because they're all in this situation.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird to me.
Like, it is very strange because Sam's already agreed to give Amelia time.
Yeah.
And then Dawn comes along and being like, she's going to do what's best for her.
Yeah.
And once she's made the decision, I'll respect it. And it feels oddly manipulative for no reason.
Yeah, because he thinks he's going to get chosen. That's why he says, if you truly love her, you'll do the same. Because he thinks he's the one who's going to get chosen, like, by default. So, I get his point of view. Like, it must really suck. But it's been, like, a long time for her, right? Like, it's been, like, a year or so.
Yeah, something like that.
So, I don't know. You kind of want your partner to be happy, I feel. Like, you'd want them to move on. I don't know. And, like, it's not like it was, like, immediate.
She was asking for a few days.
Yeah.
Don didn't give her a few days.
No.
Also, like, Don is not the same person that went to war.
No.
If he's been through something that they made him think that he was possibly dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Do you think she's gonna... yeah, it's very odd. Very, very odd.
Oh, also, like, there's a big flashing, like, El Sol sign behind Sam in that bar.
There is, I didn't notice that.
And I was like, it's not real. No, this is real.
None of it's real. So yeah, Don buys Sam another drink and leaves. We cut back to Dean, and now he has blood on his forehead, which he can wipe away and have a cut on his forehead.
Yes. No, I'm not mentioning it. I said I wasn't doing it anymore. It's all right. I'm definitely not going to spend the next, like, 20 minutes of my life, like, Googling, like, his face after this.
So, Dean manages to get the handcuff free, and we then cut to Benny, who's looking at a photograph of him and Elizabeth together, and his phone rings. It's Dean telling Benny that they're not going for the plan and that they're going to have to, like, do it themselves, essentially. Dean wants to go alone, and Benny's like, no, you're going to take me with you. I don't know why I can't say that. And Dean's like, no, it's better you lay low. He's like, well, it's not going to work this time because I know where he is. He said he wasn't going to stop until I joined his nest, and 2 bodies is enough.
Yes.
And I told him that I'm in. So that's how he got the information.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Are you in? Or are you out?
You're right. It's so gravelly by this point. It's really funny.
It's so funny. So we then cut, like, the difference between night and day, like, day takes like 20 minutes and the night is like several hours. Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's a funny episode like that, but like I said, everything else about this episode, great. So Martin and Sam turn up to the woods where Benny's truck is, and they're looking around, and Sam gets a text on his phone from Amelia saying, Sam, I need your help. Come quick. And like, Sam just ditches Martin in the woods. Well, there's vampires around, as if like that's a totally reasonable thing to do.
Wow. That's it. Get you a man like that. He's going to ditch his friends in the woods to come help you. I don't know, open a jar. Like, what does she want?
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And Martin just yells after Sam and then gets into the middle of the road and just says, Winchester's mad.
Fair. So
like,
fair, my guy.
Fair. I 100% would be livid to be left in the middle of a swamp.
I'd be so mad. Like, so mad. Yeah, I knew straight away watching this, I was like, oh, Dean sent that. And I was like, that's not cool, man. No. Anyway, we'll talk about it more later, I'm sure. So, Dean and Benny are in a shipyard because of course they are. Everything, like, emotional in their lives happens in a shipyard. The pirate life, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But
Dean's bait again.
Oh, well. Yeah, he is. Of course he is.
Forever and always.
Forever and always bait. Yeah, so Benny's waiting for Dean. Dean arrives. And he's like, oh, this place. Like, oh, another shipyard. He gets some stuff out the trunk of his car. And he's like, what's the plan? Like, I hang back while you guys do some trust falls and binge drinking. And we see him put a syringe of dead man's blood in his pocket. And Benny says, man, if I didn't know you better, I'd say you have an extremely low opinion of us vamps. I love their little back and forth. It's fun.
I do. Yep.
So they go and creep around. Dean goes to investigate and, like, he manages to get the drop on Desmond and they fight. And eventually, like, Desmond ends up on top of Dean. Like, Desmond's, like, baiting him, saying, like, you know, Benny never told me he was bringing a friend. And Dean just says, you're not going to talk a lot, are you? And he tries to go for his syringe. He says, I've been dealing with crazy all day. And there's this bit of back and forth, and Dean's so close to, like, jabbing Desmond with this dead man's blood, but then his hand gets crushed around the glass syringe. Like, that must have really hurt.
Yep.
And
can you imagine dead man's blood in your own mix?
I know,
no,
like, it's gonna get all gross. Like, it's nasty. I hope they know where they got that from.
I don't know if dead people's blood is, like, more toxic, but I feel like it is.
I don't know, it'd just be deoxygenated, right? So I probably not. I don't think.
Ugh, I don't want to think about it anymore.
It's actually maybe probably better than, I don't know. I actually don't know. I genuinely don't know. I kind of want to know now. But then, like, Benny comes and saves the day and, like, decapitates Desmond while he's, like, on top of Dean, essentially. And he's like, son of a, took you long enough. Benny is saying that he's lost his touch. Says you need to let off the junk food. Dean got cut on the neck slightly, so he's like, ah. And, like, there's this real moment between them, like, and I know it's supposed to be like, oh, vampire hunger, but was like, this reads as something else.
Not that. Not
because
that.
Benny can hear Dean's heartbeat, and, like, his eyes narrow into his neck, and, like, he, like, licks his lips and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this.
Right? I mean, if there wasn't, like, a little flick to his eyes or his face,
yeah,
you know, I would have been dead on the floor. Absolutely dead on the floor.
I think this is partially because, again, I went into this after watching, like, half a season of True Blood, and, like,
right. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of horny vampires.
That's a whole bunch of horny vampires. And this exact scene happens between, like, Bill and Suki.
Suki.
Except we know that they're into each other. So it was like, my brain was so confused. I was like, are they going to kiss? This doesn't happen in Supernatural.
They should kiss, right?
Yeah, that they should kiss. Anyway, they don't kiss, guys. I'm sorry.
They don't kiss.
They don't.
No.
Dean asks if Benny's okay. And, like, Benny flicks his eyes back up to Dean. Ugh. It just says, I'm fine, and turns away. Like he doesn't want to eat him, like literally. Anyway,
Shame.
they meet back outside, and Dean's got a cloth over his neck now, which I guess makes it okay. It's not just out. Maybe that's the cover up. Penny's sad because he knows he has to leave.
Yeah.
And Dean agrees. He's like, yeah, once word gets out, the machete swingers will come for you. He's sort of almost distancing himself from other hunters here by calling them names. Because he says you can't take them all as in like them. It's an us and them situation with him and other hunters now.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't take them all. It's impossible. And even if you could, then we'd have a problem. Dean says,
Guys like us, we don't get a home. We don't get family.
Be still my heart. Like, this is... No. I want to say it, but I'm not... No, I'm going to. This is why Dean should have ended up with a family and a home. Because no one else got it. And, like, they're equating his story. They call, two people who have been in, like, combat and things. They often equate Dean's story to that. And I'm sure, like... a lot of people who've been in some bad situations think like this, like, oh, I couldn't, it's never going to work out for me. And that's why it should for Dean, because it's like, it can work out for you. This is a story, right? It can work out for you. There is hope here. Heaven is not the only thing that awaits you. That is a bad message.
That is a horrible message.
It's horrible. I can't believe it ever got past anybody who didn't say, hey, wait a second, isn't this horrible? Isn't this message terrible to give to our viewers after all this work? Anyway.
Yeah, right. But what's so funny about that as well, obviously we're looking at it backwards, right? So we know what's coming. Dean does get a home, and he's had a home. He's had a home. Yeah. He had Bobby's. Yes, it got destroyed, but like, you're gonna get the bunker. You're gonna get all of those people that come into the bunker. Like, you will actually eventually get a family.
Oh, that's so like,
true.
Yeah,
it's not all doom and gloom. And I don't know where this whole like, we don't get a family mindset came from. Maybe because of like whatever is going on with Dean right now. Because even that whole thing with Sam saying earlier, like, you've let me down essentially numerous times. It's just like, what's going on with you, Dean? You had a whole like, talk to me, Cass. Do you need someone to be like, talk to me, Dean?
Yeah. I still think it's a Lisa and Ben thing. I still think he's hung up on them. And like, Sam got to go play Happy Families for a year, and Dean did it with Lisa and Ben. And then... I almost feel like Dean feels justified in taking Sam out of whatever situationship he had with Amelia, because he's like, well, you did it to me. You ruined my family. You ruined, like, and I don't think he'd ever say that out loud, because it's not like that between them. Like, they are grateful for each other. Like, they do love each other, Dean and Sam, And although they're going through a bad patch at the moment, like Ben even says here, like, you got Sam, and Dean's like, do I? He doesn't say it, but like the pause is enough. I do think he hasn't forgiven Sam for like coming back. That sounds awful.
But it's not just coming back though, is it? It's coming back soulless.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he still holds that against Sam, even though it wasn't Sam's fault.
It's Cass's fault.
Yeah, but he'll never blame Cass for that. I don't think.
Exactly.
Not really.
It's so messed up. Like, because if Sam hadn't come back soulless, maybe they could have come back and both quit hunting. He could have come back and they could have both quit hunting, and it all could have been fine. Because he came back soulless, they had to like figure out that situation. They both got dragged back in, which led to him having to like wipe Lisa and Ben's minds. And his consolation prize in that is Cass, who he like, and he's not really like, that sounds bad, but like, Cass is a very broken individual. And I feel like he's trying his best to like piece their relationship back together. But like, this ultimately comes to a head in this season of them like trying to do that. So the only other like people he's got is Benny, and his brother is actively trying to decapitate him. So like, I get it. I get why he's having a hard time.
Yeah.
No matter how much he asks Cass to stay with them, he keeps leaving. Like, he tried so hard to get him out of purgatory, and Cass literally stayed behind. Like, but he
said no.
Yeah, he was with them for like a week, and then was like, "I'm gonna chill here, actually." And yeah, he can't be with Benny because Benny's a vampire, and Sam is pulling away from him. There's so many reasons why. I think Dean's in a bad place at the minute. I think he just needs some like grounding. Yeah, but he doesn't really get it.
He needs to go lay down.
Yeah,
Go take his shoes off in the forest and really feel the dirt beneath his feet.
I think so. This is why the bunker is really good for him, because I feel like it's somewhere he can be without having to have other people around all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. Dean tells Benny to go underground, somewhere no one can find him. And he's like, yeah, but there's one last thing I gotta do, and he walks away. Sam is trying to get hold of Amelia. She's not answering. He's freaking out. He's still driving.
Yep.
We have another flashback, and it's him at Amelia's house in the daytime, packing his bag to leave, and she guesses that Don found him, and he's like, yeah. She assumes he threatened him, which, red flag.
Huge.
Yup. And Sam's like, no, he didn't, but Sam's trying to get out of the way to do the right thing, so there's no decision to make. And she's confused because she's like, well, this morning you and me were the right thing to do. But Sam wants to give. This is sad. This is Sam, and I've been really wailing on Sam, not railing Sam, wailing on Sam this season. But part of his story with Amelia is him not thinking he's good enough. Again, this is what we're talking about with Dean, right? That all his relationships are kind of ending or broken in some way, and he thinks that he's not good enough to have a relationship. That's exactly what Sam is feeling too, because he's like, well, I'm making the decision before you make it. I'm not the one you should be choosing. I'm not good enough for you, so I'm just gonna leave.
Just give him a chance, like you gave me. Amelia, you saved me.
And I can believe that. I think this, even if it is a dream sequence, he needed Amelia to drag him out of the spiral after losing everybody.
Yeah.
Again, paralleling.
A dog was not enough.
I still believe paralleling with Cass. I do. Mm-hmm. Although I am now a Dean and Benny shipper, I see it. I get it, guys.
One season only.
So, yeah. Well, yeah, we know what happens. It's tragic. Unfortunately. Sam needed Amelia to pull him back up, after everything happened. And Dean hasn't had anyone to pull him back up. Purgatory didn't count because they're out of purgatory now. He had Benny and Cass then, but it was a survival situation. And what he needs now is Cass to be with him and pull him out of the like Amelia did for Sam. And again, this comes to a head this season, and I'm thinking of the crypt scene that I can't wait to happen because I have so much to say about how all that plays into stuff like this. But it's all good. We're not there yet.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We have to enjoy where we're at. Like I was saying, this season is going by so quickly because each episode so far, minus episode 3, has been so good.
It's been so good. I told you. I was right.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew.
Anyway, so Sam's flashback ends. He's still driving. He's on his way to Kermit. Benny is doing that thing that vampires do where they watch their loved ones through a window before they leave forever. Vampires do it all the time. I don't know why.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I feel like Supernatural does it all the time because Sam's literally going to do that later on in this episode too.
You're so right. It's creepy, man. Dean's next to him and he's like, time to go, buddy. Benny holds out his hand. Dean takes it. You could read that so differently. They do a handshake and Benny's like, thanks for not giving up on me. Dean says, don't give me a reason to, which I feel is a bit unnecessarily harsh but also the motivation that Benny needs, perhaps.
Maybe.
They kind of hug but don't. Like they do the the clap.
They do the man hug, clap thing. Yeah.
It's okay because I'm hitting you really hard in the back, so we don't show any emotion.
Right. Hips away.
Exactly. There's some kind of violence involved. Benny drives away, and Dean leaves too. Job done. Except Martin.
Except we have 15 more minutes left of the episode.
Yeah, I should have known. Don't look at the runtime. Dean calls Martin and he's like, just let you know it's resolved. Like, Benny was not lying. There was another vampire and we killed him together. And Martin's like, oh, that's good. And Dean says, yeah, Benny's gone and he won't be coming back. So for your own sake, do not follow him. Are we clear? And Martin says, you don't have to worry about me. Like, I'm done. I'm out. And Dean ends it with Martin, find a new line of work. Which, yeah, he should not be doing this. Go work in a
Absolutely.
gas and sip like every other retired hunter,
Exactly.
Open a bar. Do something else. So Benny is driving and his phone rings and it's Elizabeth. He answers it, but we don't hear what someone's saying on the other side.
Yeah.
Instead, we cut to Elizabeth and she's just putting some stuff away in the cafe. Martin's there and he's got a phone to his ear, so he talks. So Martin is talking to Benny, and just basically threatening him, low-key threatening him with Elizabeth's death, saying that you know who this is, I have her phone. Elizabeth comes over and checks in on him because she's nice. She's lent him her phone, and she actually tries to take it from him, and he's quite aggressive with her, and
she tries to take his because he's got cherry pie.
Oh yeah, his pie that he
takes the plate.
Yeah, you're right, because he's doing the again Lord of the Rings reference, the whole cherry tomato situation with this pie.
God, I hate that.
Yeah. It looks bloody. It's like a cherry pie, so it's looking really bloody.
It's very cherry. It's
yeah.
What are they called?
Glacé.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, yeah. He says to her oh, she's a nice girl, takes kindly to strangers, and then asks how far away Benny is. Benny says an hour, and Martin says you've got 45 minutes. And then he passes her cell phone back to her. Martin, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. That was completely unnecessary. You didn't have to do any of this.
Yeah.
This episode also feels like new school versus old school.
Yes, I agree.
The whole, again, kind of going back to Amy, the whole, a job needs to be done.
Yeah.
So Benny needs to be dead for the job to be done.
John would have pulled this shit. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Yep. He would have used Elizabeth too.
I fully agree with that. I think he would have done, yeah.
Martin is just as monstrous as everybody else in this episode.
Yeah, I think that's the whole cherry pie scene, right? Just showing that.
Yeah.
Because they're equating it to blood, and the fact he's eating it, and they constantly zoom in on it. I love that I love that kind of visual storytelling when they're yeah, he's also just as bloody, just as murderous as the vampires in this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. So Benny drives up and goes into the cafe, and Elizabeth is tied to a chair, and Martin is behind her with a giant knife.
Yeah.
And he's like,
lay down your arms, you unholy thing.
All right, Martin.
All right, calm down. Calm. And can you imagine if Benny was a demon,
laughing at him?
I feel like Martin would be literally shitting his pants.
Yeah, I agree.
And Benny's very compliant. He's like, look, you've got me. Why don't you just let her walk away? And he's like, I don't think so. There is really no reason to keep her around. No. You could have actually, well, I was going to say you could have actually, let her go way earlier and just, but no, it wouldn't have worked because he would have just killed Martin straight away.
Yeah, for sure.
And Benny's trying to reassure Elizabeth, saying look, you're going to be fine. He's not going to hurt you. He says, I've got no beef with you. You've got no beef with me. And Martin just like says, I've got beef with all of your kind.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, had Benny not had to do what he does at this episode, he could have probably gotten away with telling Elizabeth that like Martin just was not right in the head.
Yeah. I agree.
But unfortunately,
yeah,
that's not what happens. And so this is where Benny explains, like, look, I didn't kill those people. And Martin says, like, I heard you and Dean had a little purgatory reunion. So this is what you were saying earlier, that like he somehow found out about purgatory. Elizabeth is like, Roy, you know, tell me what's going on here. And Benny's like, look, I'm asking, you know, don't do this. The bad guy is gone. And Martin's like, oh, she doesn't know, Benny. Benny approaches and he says, stay back. And like he cuts Elizabeth's neck.
Yes.
Well, then we see like Martin like being all crazy eyed and going like, look, you see that?
Yeah.
Dilated pupils, hair standing, signs of hunger. And is this famous scene of Benny turning around and his teeth like descending and like looking all torn, and we've all seen it. Gift over and over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one.
Yep. And Martin's like, don't worry, he won't feed on his own flesh and blood. And she's like, flesh and blood. He's just so cruel.
Yeah.
He's so cruel. Like divulging the secret that Benny wanted to keep.
Yes.
Telling her that, you know, this is your long lost granddad. Benny just is like, look, what do you want? He's given up.
Yeah.
And Martin wants his head on the stake. And he pulls out another giant knife. A machete at this point. And Benny just like puts his head on the counter.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my, the self-sacrificing in this episode.
I know.
And like Benny's crying, saying, look, I'm sorry. Martin goes over and it looks like he's going to chop his head off. And you just hear Elizabeth scream, no. But then we cut to Amelia's house. And Sam is doing covert shit. He's got his gun out, looking around, and he looks into the window, and he sees Amelia and Don like happily watching TV with some beer. And like Sam is kind of relieved.
Yep.
Sam goes back into Martin's car and just like sits there for a minute and like
processes.
Just realizes something, and he starts the car.
Yeah.
We're then with Dean, and he's driving in the Impala, and he's singing along to the music on the radio. Feeling all right. Well, no, not really. Yeah. And he gets a phone call, and it's Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth says, you know, call me if you told me to call if I saw him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? You mean Roy? Is everything all right? What's going on? She's like, just come. So Dean does a U-turn and heads towards the shack. And Elizabeth is sat outside covered in blood with like her phone in her hands, and just like Dean gets out. It looked like he wasn't going to stop because he just keeps going,
I know. I thought that too.
Straight at her. Yeah. It's like, turn the car, man, turn the car. But yeah, so she's covered in blood. He gets out and like she just points him inside. And Dean goes into the cafe, which is now all like busted up. There's tables overturned, chairs everywhere. And you see Martin with his neck like destroyed.
I mean, does this also mean though that like Benny's fallen off the wagon, the blood wagon?
Yeah, I mean, technically.
Yeah.
And I think this is a trigger for Dean to be like, well, I kind of have to stop him now.
Yeah. Because like,
especially, well, the problem is not only that, but it's Benny has killed a hunter, so it's just all the other hunters are gonna go after Benny. So it's just easier, safer. I mean, Benny could, it's easier, safer, and it's best for Dean to go after Benny because it would mean that Benny would have to keep killing hunters, which is just an awful spiral to be in.
Yeah. And like, there's, something about like, hunting monsters bringing out their kind of like the traits that you're expecting from them, I feel. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think there's something there in that. And like, I think Dean's justified in his change of stance to Shades of Grey, because if they hadn't been if Martin hadn't gone after Benny, this wouldn't have happened. So maybe they should have just left him alone, like Dean was asking them to do in the first place. It's just frustrating.
Yep. This is, again, good storytelling
on
Laughlin's part. Yeah. That you could tell that Martin wouldn't have ever let this go.
No.
He would have kept going.
Exactly.
So, like, even if Benny had gotten away, it also, like, I feel bad for Sam and Dean because it's another reminder that they can't trust people outside of their circle.
Yeah.
Because Martin used the information that he found from Dean about Benny's lineage to set this trap up.
I do feel like this is somewhat Sam's fault though. Like he brought someone who was potentially unstable onto a very important like job, right? Someone who was very close to Dean.
Yeah.
If something happened, it was always going to go south because Dean wouldn't be happy. Like Dean wouldn't want Benny to die. I just don't know that he could put that much trust in Martin to take this, be able to do this. I don't know. I just feel like this is Sam's fault. I'm so anti-Sam this season. I do feel like this is his fault.
Yeah. No, it is.
So, talking of Sam, he's at a bar and he looks at that message that he got from Amelia and he decides to call the number and Dean picks up. Yep. And he's like, Sammy. And Sam says, Sam, I need your help. Come quick.
Swapping Amelia's phone out with a burner, sending a distress signal. You got me good.
When'd you do that?
And all this is so like deadpan, basically. He is pissed.
Absolutely.
Dean says that he did it a while ago in case he needed it, and like he's completely like, well, I made the right call, it worked. It's just so infuriating when you're so mad at someone and they're like, but I was right.
Ugh. But like, I don't know. I don't know if this was this doesn't seem like the right situation to get Sam out of the way. Like, I feel like Sam was being reasonable-ish.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I don't know, like, yeah, anyway.
But he was going after Benny, and like I said, he didn't know he was leaving that fight. You know?
True. Yeah.
Sam's like, Amelia's fine, but of course you know that. And Dean was like, well, I didn't know that, but I didn't know it was the only way to get you to lay off. Sam asks if it's done, and Dean says, yeah, it's done, and that Martin's dead. When Sam asks, was it Benny, Dean doesn't say yes or no. He just says he had it coming, and that his girl's going to tell him what happened. And Sam says he already knows what happened. When Dean says, okay, you want to listen to me or not, Sam just hangs up. And Dean says,
isn't or not.
Yep. We see Sam, like, just drinking. Oh, this was the point that El Sol was, not the other bar. I remember now.
Oh, okay.
Because he goes to leave, and then he sees Amelia walking towards him, and she says, I knew that was you. And he, like, is like, oh my God. Amelia.
Oh, the love of my life.
Yeah, this is the shot that the big El Sol is behind Sam, I'm sure of it.
So did she really see her? Oh, I don't know. It could just be a drunken hallucination.
Is it really Will? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah. You were going to say something about the text messages from Dean, like why he did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, so I think that this was almost revenge. I don't think I kind of said it. This was revenge for Sam, like, tracking Benny and then eventually going after him. He was like, well, if you can so flippantly, like, go after something that I love / I care about, then, like, Amelia's fair game.
Yeah.
I do think it's that petty.
I can totally see that too, because the way that Dean's like, I kept it for like when I needed it.
Yeah,
it's like, what other situation would you need it in, Dean?
Yeah.
What is this for future planning? That you're doing? Feels a little icky.
I don't think he'd use it in any other situation than like if Benny was in danger, because Sam already said he was going to go after him. So I couldn't see. I can't see when else he would use it. You know.
Yep. No, you're right.
So yeah, I think it was fully revenge for going after Benny, and then trying to like dial it back in at the end. But like it's too late. Cat's out of the bag.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I don't know, I feel sad that like Dean and Benny can't be friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we'd seen Benny when they go back to Purgatory. Just like a little cameo. That would have been great.
That would be cool. Yeah, it would have been really cool. This episode was so good.
It's so good.
So good on so many levels. It was really well done,
Yeah.
really well shot. Everybody was doing top-notch acting.
Yeah.
Kind of. And like, everyone just made really poor decisions in this episode,
Yeah, they
as
did.
per usual.
Yeah. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how else to say. I said it all. This is the Dean and Benny episode. This is the one where like, oh yeah, there's definitely something going on between them in Purgatory. They were freewheeling. What's that even mean? I don't know what I mean. I don't know. I don't know how it worked between the three of them there, but like, I feel like
it would have been hot.
Yeah, Dean and Benny had a thing. No, this is my legit theory.
Mm-hmm.
The fan fiction in me, like the writer in me. Like, I think Dean and Benny totally had a thing going on. Meanwhile, though, like, Dean is definitely still pining after Cass because, of course, he is. And it makes it very angsty, right?
Oh, yeah.
Their whole situationship. And then, like, Dean finds Cass and then pretends that nothing ever happened between him and Benny, right? So Benny's like, wait, what? And Cass obviously senses there's like something going on between them but isn't sure because Cass. So now they're out like on, you know, the flip side of Purgatory. Whenever they meet up, I feel like Benny's always looking at Dean like, were you going to acknowledge what happened between us? And he just like doesn't. Anyway, that's my whole soap opera that I wrote in my own head.
Somebody write that.
Yeah.
Or Amy, you write that.
No, I'm not good enough to write stuff. But like,
I'm sure you are.
Oh, thanks. I'm an ideas man. Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week is a mid-season finale episode.
It is.
Actually, I think this one's the mid-season finale episode.
Yeah, this is the mid-season finale. This was, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next we come back to the second half of the season.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a doozy.
And it's torn and flayed.
So much stuff happens in the next episode.
It's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be crazy. We get everybody. Everybody's in it.
Everybody. Yep.
I can't remember if Cass and Benny meet up. I feel like they just don't.
I wouldn't imagine so. Like, I do feel like they're two very distinct storylines that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And the never two shall clash.
Yeah, never meet again. It's just wild. Yeah. But okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what would be really fun? That would mean that Garth would die, but like if Garth and Benny met.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
But I don't want Garth to die.
I want Garth to die. Yeah. No, I don't think they do meet. I think they're in the same episode, but I think the two does not meet. This is a shame.
It is a shame.
But
again, the tension on screen would have been great.
I hope there's some really good zooms in the next episode because it is old Bobby Singer and it's quite a dramatic episode.
I think this is the one with the most dramatic.
No, is this the Crowley one?
It is the Crowley one.
Oh my god, I can't wait! I will scream at my TV. Oh gosh, I love it so much. Like,
I think it is.
I want it. Like, why haven't they made it yet? So you can have like a GIF as a T-shirt because that would be the one. I would spend so much money to have that as a T-shirt. Just that
they have those like You could maybe do with the, the like,
About a holographic.
where you walk past it. Yeah,
Oh my God, you
holographic one.
could. It's short enough, I feel like you could. I would love that. I would wear it in like a photo op with Mark Shepherd.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be so good. It wouldn't show up on camera at all. Yet to me, I would know.
No, but you would know.
I would know.
Yeah. That's the whole point is that you would know.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Good episode. I love vampires. Yep.
Especially southern ones.
Especially southern vampires. Yeah.
Yep.
It was a good one. Okay, so thanks for listening to us. That's not how we end this. And we'd like to thank the Pixel for his wonderful Purgatory logo art. This is the season. This is the season to get this on a t-shirt. I don't know. But you can find that on our Redbubble of whatever you choose and want. And if you want to come talk to us and answer my question, do you know what? I can't remember what the question was.
No, I don't remember either.
That's so bad. My brain is a sieve. Yeah, come answer that question I can't remember asking. Because I would love to know A, what the question was, and B, the answer. And you can do that on our social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, Bluesky. I'm trying to remember all the social media sites. We're Escaping Purgatory.
Pretty much all of them.
That's all of them, yeah. Escaping Purgatory podcast or just Escaping Podcast on Bluesky. Phew.
Yeah. So, this week we had some gumbo, met up with an old flame. Yes. And hopefully next week we can find our way out. Bye.
Bye.